That's the body weight of men who pretend to hate Andrew Tate. So welcome everyone to another YouTube video. I have a bit of a confession to make. I'm a little bit embarrassed about it, but last Thursday I filmed and recorded an entire YouTube video dedicated to my first official day of my summer cut. Ever since then, it's been a complete and utter shit show. So meals out, drinks, fucking snacking on cookies, getting takeaways. It's been a complete and utter write-off. I reckon I'm probably heavier. I haven't even weighed myself because I'm scared to step up in the scales. But I reckon I'm probably heavier than when I was finishing my first official day on the cut. So with that in mind, yesterday we got off to a good start. Bar the possibility for me being in a surplus solely due to the fact that my hand was perma balls deep in a packet of Crave cereal, I think that I nailed the deficit. So this week is off on the right foot. Today's Tuesday. I'm going to take you through a full day of eating, full day of training, and hopefully by the end of it, we happen to be in a deficit and we can get this ball rolling for the summer shreds. Let's get into it. I genuinely have no clue what it is. I just find myself lately so fucking bored of doing the same sort of regurgitated, overdone content that every other fucking PT is doing on Instagram and TikTok. Like literally, over the summer is blowing up, getting millions and millions of views on videos that were like, oh, 3 best tips for this, that, and the other. I just got so fucking bored of it because I just started looking around going, this is what every other PT is doing. And it's kind of the biggest reason as to why I got into YouTube and why I'm really going hard with YouTube and being fucking consistent with it. It's obviously a more deeper connection with those of you who are watching the videos. But there's also just so much more you can do. It nearly encourages you to do interesting shit. Like, I just happened to fly to London for a night to film a video, film 2 videos actually with Abby, Dennis and Fit. And, you know, I'm going doing a golf challenge in the next week or 2. And there's just so many opportunities, so many avenues to explore. I just fucking find it really, really frustrating trying to convey value in a 30-second fucking TikTok and Instagram and stuff. And I have to say, I'm really, really enjoying the production of the YouTubes, looking back over the YouTubes, and even I can tell that the same people are commenting over and over and over again. So I can tell that there's obviously a different sort of population, a different sort of audience when it comes to YouTube. And yeah, I guess that's just my fucking rambling. If you've been wondering why I haven't been kind of hammering the overly informative content on TikTok and Instagram, just got really sick of it, to be honest. Like, I just don't, like, I'm into fitness and all that, obviously, but I just find it so boring and mentally unstimulating. Just all this science and nitpicking and what the research says about the hypertrophic recommendations of nutrition. It's just fucking, it's nearly painful. And if I can convey a decent amount of value through the YouTube videos, through long form content, maybe even chop up those things and then post them to Instagram and TikTok, then I think for me that's just going to be a much better way to go about it. It's actually a bit of a joke that I'm a fitness guy slash PT slash influencer slash humble, charismatic, good looking young man, but I haven't a fucking clue what I'm going to the gym to train. I don't know if it's going to be a pull session, don't know if it's going to be a push session. All I know is it's not going to be a leg session. On that note, if I am training in the earlier part of the day, so let's say any time before 1 o'clock, I'll generally do that session fasted, especially if I'm on a cut, which I'm trying to do and try to successfully do right now. It is currently 20 to 11. I'm going to pick up Shane Corbett, aka my sister's boyfriend, aka my friend Shane. I actually don't even know what gym I'm going to. I don't know what session I'm doing. I don't know what gym I'm going to. I might do Monster Pro, might do the bodybuilding. Who the fuck knows? That's the beauty about life. If you don't plan anything, everything's a surprise.
Alright, try to hook it on and open.
Hey man. Thanks man. What'd you get?
I got some donuts and protein bar.
I'm cutting.
Double cheeseburger last night, but I made it myself. 5% mince and
Don't you just love when you're fasting and some dude comes into the car and decides to start talking about burgers and donuts?
Intermittent fasting.
Yes.
Optimal thing for weight loss.
Well, see, the thing about intermittent fasting is that it increases autophagy within the cellular level, which then, by byproduct of increases GHR.
Shut it, place.
We are here in the bodybuilding TBB Motivated Fitness, about to hit up a pull session. First exercise on the menu is going to be weighted pull-ups. Now, something to bear in mind if you're cutting is that pull-ups are actually going to get easier for you. So you'll find that the leaner that you get, the less that you weigh, the more pull-ups you're able to do. So it's going to be important that if you're someone who's quite proficient at pull-ups, that in the midst of a cut or throughout a cut, you start progressively adding weight to it. So what we're going to do here is, because I don't have access to a weightlifting belt, is I'm just going to put a 20 kilo dumbbell between my feet and see how many reps we can get it. All right, not too bad. That's probably one of my best ever performances on a set of pull-ups. 12 reps with a 20 kilo dumbbell between my feet. So that's gonna be roughly around 125 kilo pull-ups. Right, so for set number 3, the third and final set, I'm gonna really test myself with the weight that I'm gonna use. Not many people are probably going to be able to hold a 25 kilo dumbbell, let alone holding a 25 kilo dumbbell between their feet while they're doing it. Just me doing pull-ups with the weight of dudes who fucking, the joke's gone. But that's me doing weighted pull-ups with the body weight of people who...
Go ahead, you got it.
That's the body weight of men who pretend to hate Andrew Tate. So not that I have to justify it, but I got a question on one of my TikToks the other day, the one where I looked like I had a massive Donatello turtle shell fucking set of traps and lats. And someone was like, oh, how did you get your back so big? Literally 9 years of spamming rows and pull downs. That was literally it. Any row variation, any lat pull down / pull up variation, just done week in, week out. A huge thing that holds a lot of people back inside the gym is overthinking things. Thinking that you need to do these lower lat biased iliac fucking pull downs and all this complicated bullshit. But literally pick row variations you enjoy, pick pull down and pull up variations that you enjoy, spam the fuck out of them for the next couple of years, and you too may have a teenage ninja mutant turtle shell of a back. Alright guys, promise you won't judge me for my use of my body warmer today for today's session. Oh shit, forgot to flip the old nipples. Mandatory. Don't mean to brag or anything, but a judge in an IFBB competition just came up to me and says, am I competing in the IFBB? So not only have I zero interest in bodybuilding, but actual professional bodybuilders and bodybuilding judges are coming up to me asking, am I competing in the competitions? For biceps, as a special treat from me to me on this particular pull session, I'm going to do one of my OG, or a variation of one of my OG bicep building supersets or trisets. So what we're going to do is a select amount of repetitions with an underhand grip. We're going to fire out those amount of repetitions, drop the bar, switch the grip to an overhand grip, do the same amount of repetitions, drop the bar again, and do your third and final set with an underhand grip. So ideally you want to be selecting a weight and a repetition range that by the middle of set 2, that you're kind of feeling the burn, you're kind of feeling a little bit fatigued, and then ideally the third set that you do in a row is going to be a little bit of an effort. It's going to take you a while to get the amount of repetitions out. So what we're going to do is 15 reps, set 1, swap the grip, 15 reps, set 2, set 3, 15 reps again. All back to back to back, no rest in between. I get to sit nice and close in the corner so people don't see me vlogging in the middle of a restaurant. I hate when you leave your phone in the car and you're forced to make conversation with the people at the table with you.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not because I want to, because I have to.
I don't want to make conversation with you either, so.
I'm gonna get the chicken and waffle stuff.
It's like meal numero uno of the day, well, bar the 2 fun-sized Mars bars and the Rocky bar that I had earlier, but is a breakfast burrito from Hook and Ladder. Not enough sausage for my liking, kid. Shane with his chicken and waffle stack, his pulled pork fries, Fiona with her salad. So some of you might know who Jamie Morrissey is. He's my boxing coach at the moment, but I also sponsor him, and I have sponsored him for his last fight and for this fight. But what I'm doing now is heading in to pick up a tracksuit for him. So I got it embroidered in Fitness app logos, and I also got his initials on it as well. It's like an Under Armour tracksuit. It's fucking going to be fresh. By the way, I forgot to mention that his fight is on this Friday up in Galway. He's fighting for the light heavyweight Celtic title against Kevin Cronin. He's fought him a couple of months ago. I think it was like 12 weeks ago. He went straight into a second camp. It was a really, really good fucking fight the last time, so I can't wait to see it, to be honest with you. So that's the tracksuit bottoms, Jamie's initials on the front of it, Fitness as well. Fitness on the back, and a really, really cool feature that I really like is the Soldier of God emblem on the sleeve. Right, so we got the tracksuit. The only problem is I was a tenner short inside in the shop, and I swear I forgot my wallet. I'm not gonna fucking scam him out of 10 quid, so I'm gonna run back at the 10 quid, go back, pay him, and then give him the shout out. Is it Ahmed?
Ahmed, yeah, you can say it like
Okay, I just want to make sure that I get the name right before I say it. So for anyone who wants to get t-shirts or clothes printed, there's a shop here right beside the entrance to Arthur's Quay called T-shirt printing. You can't miss it. Head inside. Ahmed will take care of you inside. He's done a great job on the tracksuit for Jamie. So if you need anything done, head into him. It is currently about 20 past 11. I'm only having meal number 2 of the day now. I have been snacking with a couple of handful of Crave cereals, a Squares bar or 2. So it's not like I haven't eaten anything since I had the breakfast burrito. I've definitely had some things. But what I'm going to do now is have half a packet of Mexican rice, and then we have basically the equivalent of 3 chicken breasts cut up in here. Technically you can do that, like if you're someone who's pretty busy and you can go most of the day without eating, you can just have the bulk of your calories in 2 like main meals, which is exactly what I'm going to have here. Maybe a handful of snacks, as I said, in between that, just to keep you going. In terms of protein intake, ideally you would get it across regular intervals across the course of a day, but if you have to have only 1 or 2 meals, just get all of your protein intake within those meals. This chicken looks dry as fuck. And in many respects, you're right, it does. What I did do, which I normally don't do, is I would happily eat just fucking plain chicken, no seasoning, maybe just a bit of sauce. But I put like salt, pepper, and yellow pepper, a little bit of fry light spray while it was in the air fryer, and it tastes just so much fucking better. If you're a white person like me who's never used seasoning before, maybe you should start with something as simple as yellow pepper. So I didn't track my calories today. It's very much eyeballing or ballparking. As long as I'm seeing progress, which I will see progress in the initial at least 2 weeks, I don't need to track as closely. But you know, as I get just a little bit leaner, as progress starts to come in, and then I'm forced to be a little bit more accurate, well then I will make sure that I'm on top of the tracking, just to be making as much progress as efficiently as possible. But for now, I'm easy enough. Tracking some days, maybe not tracking others. But if you're a client of mine, you're gonna have to fucking track.
Do as I say, not as I do.
So, I didn't want to end up the video last night because there's a couple of things I need to do today. I got an impulse decision last night. I went home for a couple of hours, played around, messed around with the piano. I've actually been playing the piano for 10 years, or have been learning the piano for actually longer than 10 years. So what I'm going to do is go into Savins here in Limerick and pick up an electric piano so I can bring back to the house. If you were to buy like a brand new fucking Yamaha sort of top of the range piano, it's going to set you back a fair few fucking grand. You want to take out a mortgage for it, but you can get like a decent electric piano which will do essentially the same job for something like €1,000 or so, which for me, for someone who can play the piano, is going to be worth it. It's something I want to get back into, something I've been meaning to get back into for a very, very long time, so no better time than now. Second thing I need to do is drop this tracksuit over to Jamie in the gym, because he has a press conference later today and he wants to rock that tracksuit for it. So I'm going to get him kitted out, drop it over to him, see how he looks in it. Gonna look like a fucking machine. So impulse purchase of the day was a fucking 1,300 quid electric piano. Right, so meal number one is a staple. Still haven't got my hands on bacon medallions, so instead of bacon medallions, I'm gonna go with turkey sausages, eggs, turkey sausages. I have a call at like 2 o'clock, so yeah. Why did I say I have a call at 2 o'clock and not give you any idea what the time is? It's currently 1:30. I have a call at 2 o'clock, so I'm gonna get this cooked and get this down the hatch. So meal number one of today shall once again be eaten with a fucking spoon because I'm all out of forks. What we have is 4 slices of 60 calorie bread with 4 eggs, and we also have 3 turkey sausages to be cut up and put on top of that. People ask me, why do you wait until like 1:30, 2 o'clock to have your first meal? Is there something special about intermittent fasting? And the reason is I don't always intend to leave my meals until 1:30 or 2 o'clock. I'm just so disorganized. I get so distracted that sometimes I forget to eat. So I've been kind of rolling with 2 main meals a day, kind of a little bit of snacking in between that so far. And that's probably going to continue today. So meal number 2 of the day, we have potato chips with some red onion topping, fucking delicious. And these are just basically beef mince that I just put into attempted patties. I know it looks like charcoal on the fucking plate. I'm hoping that it tastes just a little bit better. If you don't already know, the secret to every single meal that I consume is sweet chili sauce. I only went and bought a fucking piano. Believe it or not, it's 3 weeks since I filmed the last clip. Remember when I said I'm not the most planned or rehearsed when it comes to these videos? This cost me 1,300 quid. It's a fully electric piano. I can adjust the sound if I want to. I can stick some headphones into it in case Sean doesn't want to listen to me beating away at my keys at all hours of the night. And while he's not the happiest in the world, he's gotten used to it. I think it adds to the ambiance of the room itself. I'm gonna ask for just a small little favor. I'd really, really appreciate it if you could hit the like button, but more so than that, I would genuinely and honestly, hand on heart, appreciate it if you could turn on post notifications, hitting the bell right beside my handle underneath this video, and turn on all notifications. That just ensures that every single time that I post a video, you're the first one to know. On that note, I'm going to end the video here, but just before I go, when I posted me playing, someone accused me of using AI, or that it's one of these automatic keyboards that just plays songs and I'm somehow just fiddling along pretending. That's cap.